and talk about your kids and your wife and so forth. But I remember you because you went in with 3 days' notice on this flight, right?
Yes.
And they weren't prepared for that. And it drove the newsmen crazy because they weren't quite prepared to report on Jack Swikert. And they ran around. I saw them interviewing your landlord. It's true, you know? And the landlord says, yes, he has his nice place here. He lives right here. At the time that this happened, when you first knew that you had the trouble, that something was wrong, who's the first to know? You were the first one, I think, to radio back to Mission Control in Houston, right?
No, actually, it was Jack. Jack was the man who said, I think we have a problem here.
Which I guess turned out to be the understatement of the century, I guess.
You know, the funny thing, we were going to get a recording from NASA of that particular time when it happened, thinking it would be very exciting, you know, and intense. But the strange thing about it is we listened to it, and it sounded like you had reported that you know, you didn't get your dime back from the payphone or something. It wasn't exciting at all in the context and the way you handle it. Is that because of the tremendous training and you're ready for this kind of a contingency and you just automatically react and then the emotions come a little bit later?
Well, I think that actually we didn't know really how serious the situation was at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And as it started to get more serious, our voices got a little bit more tense if you listen to the tapes closely.
It took about 45 minutes for, I guess, the problem to develop in its fullest.
Can you remember back? This is probably terribly difficult with all the things that you have to do and with shutting down one system and doing all of the technical things that you have to do. But can you remember in your mind was there fear at the time? I suppose there was, thinking that this possibly could be a fatal thing that could happen and you could be possibly stranded, or that the whole unit would explode or something? Is that moment of saying, good heavens, this is it, the percentages have caught up?
Well, I guess everybody kind of, you know, faces that situation where they say, gee, any place but here, anybody but me. And, but there's only one thing to do in a situation like that, as we talked about it. That is, you have to just keep charging forward and, you know, do everything possible to get back home again.
And I suppose go ahead, Fred.
Yeah, there's another point, too. We have backups for everything, and we were never in a position to where we didn't at least have one more direction to go, in this case, the limb. So if I charged into the limb and turned it on and found something wrong there, then I would have maybe got a lot more concerned.
That could have been the ball game right there, huh? Yeah, that's fascinating. I think it was Alan Shepard once who said, they asked him how he felt when they made the first flight, and he said it was a strange feeling traveling around the Earth in a vehicle in which you knew every part was made by the lowest bidder. I think that was Shepard. I don't know.